Want even more Hawaii travel tips for your trip? To celebrate launching our new premium podcast membership, all new members on the free plan get access to bonus episodes released during June and our private Facebook group. If you want even more, like live Q&As, personalized travel help, and live interactive episodes with our guests, paid plans start at just $5 a month. Sign up free at hawaiisbesttravel.com/members or tap the link in the show notes below. I'll see you there. Are you thinking of visiting Oahu for the very first time and you're not sure where to start? Well, in this episode, I'm sharing everything you need to know, essential tips, hidden gems, and practical advice to make your Hawaii vacation stress-free as possible and truly unforgettable. Aloha and welcome to Hawaii's Best, the podcast helping travelers plan an unforgettable Hawaii vacation with insider tips and featuring local voices. I'm Brian Murphy, a husband, dad of 3, and certified Hawaii destination expert. Each week, I share local insights, travel tips, and up-to-date news, sometimes with guests across Hawaii and sometimes solo, all to help you plan your next trip to Hawaii. Aloha and welcome back to Hawaii's Best. Thank you so much for joining me today. And today we're talking all about visiting Oahu for your very first time. And if you're feeling overwhelmed with all the choices and information out there, I totally get it. Don't worry. You've landed on the right episode. Today, we're going to turn what might seem like an overwhelming trip with all the options and all the things to something that is incredible and doable for your visit to Oahu for the very first time. Or maybe you have visited Oahu before and you're looking for tips for your next trip. Or you're just dreaming of Hawaii and want to hear more about the beautiful islands. You've come to the right spot. In today's episode, we're going to cover everything from where to stay, what to do, and how to experience Oahu like a respectful traveler rather than a typical tourist. Oahu is called the gathering place, and it's for good reason. It's where most visitors get their first taste of Hawaii, and it's where you'll find this amazing mix of city life and island vibes. What makes Oahu perfect for first-timers is how easy it is to experience both worlds. One day you're shopping at high-end stores in Honolulu, and the next you're watching sea turtles on a quiet beach. The island has the best infrastructure out of all the main islands in Hawaii. Decent roads, plenty of restaurants, and lots of accommodation options for any budget. But it's also important to know that Oahu isn't just about beautiful beaches and tourist spots. This island holds deep cultural significance for Hawaiians. It's home to Iolani Palace and Pearl Harbor, which both have changed the course of history, both American history and Hawaiian history as well. You'll find ancient temples called heiau scattered across the island, telling stories of Hawaii's rich past. The local culture on Oahu is really incredible. It's a blend of traditional Hawaiian values mixed with influences from all over the Pacific. You'll notice it in everything from the food trucks serving plate lunches to small mom and pop shops. Got everything from high-end restaurants to local spots where you can grab the best poke bowl you've ever had. The food scene here really shows Hawaii is all about a mix of cultures coming together to create something beautiful, something unique. Now, before you arrive, you're probably thinking about planning. You've already booked maybe the flight, your hotel room, and you're starting to figure out what to do and what you should be preparing for. First up, flights. The best deals, if you got the stomach for it, usually pop up about 3 to 4 months before your travel date. And I know that can seem stressful, so if you want to book more in advance than 3 to 4 months, I actually just booked flights that are 3 weeks out, and I got a pretty good deal, but I wouldn't recommend that for your first time. 3 to 4 months is usually pretty good, especially if you're flying domestic. Definitely would recommend booking 3 to 4 months out. And if you're flying international, you want to go out a little further, probably 6 months. If you're flexible with your dates, you might score better rates during shoulder season, which is April to May or September to November. You want to sign up for airline alerts. Hawaiian Airlines, Southwest, and other major carriers offer special rates throughout the year to the islands. Now, for packing, it's actually really simple. You'll need less than you think. If you're on Oahu, there are spots, Target or Costco. Buy local if you can, but I know as you're traveling and maybe you forgot something or you want to get some snacks or you're just trying to get to your hotel and you see a Target, that's totally doable. So there are Targets. There are, I think, 2 to 3 Costcos on Oahu. Oahu is really casual. Like, you want to pack your reef-safe sunscreen or wait to buy sunscreen there because there are chemicals that are banned in Hawaii. So just be aware that it might be best just to buy your sunscreen when you're there. You'll need a good hat and comfortable walking shoes. You don't want to take brand new shoes because the dirt in Hawaii can be red, especially if you're out on a hike. That volcanic soil pretty much stains everything. Don't forget your swimwear, but leave the formal wear at home unless you're planning some fancy dinners. Most restaurants, even the nice ones, are pretty laid back. Before you land, take some time to learn some basic Hawaiian words. We've done a couple episodes on the podcast and have some blog posts that I'll link below with some amazing Hawaiians who taught some basic phrases to learn before visiting. Simple phrases like aloha, which means hello, goodbye, mahalo, thank you, and pono, which means righteousness, go a long way. It shows respect for the local culture and just shows you have taken the effort to learn more about Hawaii. One of the things you'll notice probably going to the restroom is wahine, so that's women, and then kane, which is men. It's pretty obvious as it's labeled, but just know that's pretty much all over the place on different restrooms. Keep in mind that Oahu isn't just a vacation spot. It's home to many people and has deep cultural significance. Treat the land, ocean, people, wherever you go with care. Follow posted signs, stay on marked trails, and always ask permission before going to sacred sites. If you're going to visit a heiau temple, make sure that it's open to public and just be aware. Getting around the island, you've definitely had some options. If you're staying in Waikiki, you might not need a car at all. The bus system is pretty great, and there are plenty of tours that provide transportation to and from different trailheads and different luau's. But if you want to explore the North Shore or windward side, renting a car definitely makes sense. I would highly encourage looking into renting a car, and that's something you want to book pretty far in advance. Money-wise, it probably goes without saying, but Hawaii can be pretty pricey. There are ways to manage it, though. One thing is local markets and plate lunches offer great food, pretty good portions at good prices, more so than a typical tourist restaurant or a chain restaurant. Beaches are free, and some of the best hikes don't cost anything. Just make sure it's a legitimate hike with a legitimate trailhead on the map. Be aware there are some hikes out there that are illegal and are dangerous. Many people during the year, unfortunately, do have accidents, do die based on not heeding warnings. So be aware of that. It's nature, it's dangerous, it's beautiful, but it's also unpredictable. Also, snorkeling within 72 hours of a long flight may carry additional health risks. Do that at least 3 days after. I'm not a doctor, but this is something that is recommended on medical websites, journals, because long flights can affect your lungs and make it harder for your body to eliminate stationary gases. Do not snorkel within 72 hours of flying. All right, so now let's talk about some of the must-see spots on Oahu. First up is Waikiki Beach. Yes, it's touristy, but there's a reason for its fame. The beach is perfect for beginner surfers, and the backdrop of Diamond Head, Leahi, makes it iconic. It's that postcard image that so many people think about when they think about Hawaii. The water is usually calm, and you can take surf lessons right there. The area around Waikiki has tons of shops, tons of restaurants within walking distance, making it convenient for visitors. Also, you want to consider visiting Diamond Head. This dormant volcanic crater is a must-do hike. It's relatively short, about 1.6 miles round trip, but you'll climb some stairs and there's some elevation changes. You'll go through a tunnel, but the view at the top is worth every step. My tip, though, is go early, like really early. The parking lot opens up around 6 a.m., and that's the best time to beat both crowds and the heat. Another spot is, we've already talked about it a little bit, but the North Shore is another area you can't miss. Haleiwa Town is the main spot up there. It's a cool surf town, good vibes, great food, a lot of local shops and food trucks. During the winter, usually November through April, you'll see some massive waves and pro surfers at spots like Pipeline. And in the summer, these same beaches are usually calm enough for swimming, snorkeling, like at Sharks Cove. There's no sharks at Sharks Cove, don't worry about it. But during the summertime, it's a great spot for snorkeling. Another spot is Pearl Harbor. It's an essential stop for understanding American history. The USS Arizona Memorial is powerful. It's a place that really puts things into perspective. Book those tickets online. Some other spots worth noting are Hanauma Bay for snorkeling. They're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays for conservation. You want to make sure you get reservations for that. Kualoa Ranch, where they film Jurassic Park and lots of other movies. Lanikai Beach for those postcard views. It's that beach with the two islets. Another spot over there would be Waimanalo Beach, which is a great spot. Plenty of parking and still got that incredible beach. Now, all these spots are popular for a reason. Sometimes the best moments happen between these big attractions, like finding a random beach or local spot along the road. For some food experiences, you want to start a food truck crawl on the North Shore. They've got some great stuff up there. Giovanni's Shrimp Truck, maybe you've heard of that. It's pretty famous for garlic shrimp. There are other great options up there. Surf and Salsa, just had that recently. Some great spots up there on the North Shore. Try spots like even Foodland, for example, has some of the best poke around and a good price there too. Farmers markets are fantastic for local produce and prepared foods. My favorite is the Kapiolani Community College Market. You'll find everything from fresh fruit to local coffee and honey. But yeah, there's farmers markets across the island. You just kind of got to do a search and you'll find some pretty much wherever you're staying. Evening activities are also special. The sunset sail off Waikiki gives you amazing views of Diamond Head and the coastline. Honolulu city lights, just incredible. If you're interested in attending a luau, I would recommend Paradise Cove. That's over on the west side, the leeward side, and the Ko'olina Resort area. Toa Luau is on the North Shore in Waimea Valley, and the Polynesia Culture Center is a great spot as well. All of these offer authentic experiences and teach you about Hawaiian and Polynesian culture. They don't just put on a show, but they also educate. As I mentioned, Hawaii can be expensive, but there are some smart ways to manage cost. Oahu probably has the most cost-effective options for being on a tighter budget. Some things to consider, no matter what island you're on. You want to grab breakfast supplies, you go to ABC store, local markets. You want to mix fancy restaurants with plate lunch or local spots and use happy hours to your advantage. For the most part, you're probably on a time difference and you're waking up early and dinner feels a little bit early. Take advantage of those earlier happy hours, especially in Waikiki. A rough daily cost breakdown, if you're looking for a more budget-friendly experience, probably about $150 to $200 per day. Mid-range would be about $250 to $350 per day. And if you just want to go all out, you're looking at probably about $500 per day. These numbers include accommodation, food, and basic activities. Mileage may vary, and where you're staying may vary, and the time of year may vary as well with those averages. The weather on Oahu is pretty consistent, but it can change quickly. Morning activities usually have the best conditions, but always check weather reports for your specific area. It might be raining on the east side, but on the west side, it's hot and sunny, especially during the winter time. It's a little bit more wet. Even if you're looking out a week in advance and you're seeing it's all rain, it could be all rain or scattered showers. Just be aware that you could get wet in Hawaii, and that's part of it. If you're looking for no rain, book from late May through September is probably a good bet to avoid most rain. But again, it can be quick. For example, we were just on Oahu a few weeks ago, and we got rained on, 1.5 days. It was fine. You kind of just do the things. We went to the movies. You kind of just do some of those things that you do indoors. It's still incredible. You're still in Hawaii. A few final tips to make your trip great. Give yourself enough time. 5 days minimum, 10 days better, 2 weeks epic. Mix planned activities with free time. Don't plan everything. Don't have such a tight itinerary that you can't stop at that local spot you just pass by on the road. So have some free time for sure. Try local foods and support small businesses when can. And learn some basic Hawaiian words and customs. Be respectful of the land, ocean, and people, and that'll go a long way in making the best of your very first time to Oahu. If you found this episode helpful, please hit follow if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. Your support really helps me and helps other people be able to find this podcast and this resource. If you've been listening for a few episodes, I would highly encourage you to drop a rating and review on Apple Podcast. That would be super helpful. All right, until next time, my friend, be well. Aloha. Mahalo for listening to this episode of Hawaii's Best. To stay up to date on future episodes, hit follow on your podcast app. Hawaii's Best is a production of Shorebreak Media Group with editing by Easy Podcast Solutions and music courtesy of our friends Stick Figure.